You guys are probably the most powerful group to change this problem. In our experience, the younger generation knows the technology better. How many times have you had to help your parents figure out their computer? You guys can help each other know the dangers of distracted driving. You can explain that to your parents and hopefully to your younger siblings. So we kind of get more bang for our buck dealing with you because you're going to be the new drivers, but you're also going to help your parents with the technology that they might not understand. And then hopefully that'll filter down.
Show of hands, how many are drivers already in this room? Anybody in driving training right now? Learning how to drive? Okay, so a pretty good mix. And then there's probably some that have not driven before, but you've probably seen some things like texting and driving, cell phone usage, either in the car you're in or somebody else driving down the road. Okay.
Go to the next slide. So what do you guys think of when I say distracted driving? What do you think the definition? Go ahead.
Lights.
Lights? Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Putting makeup on when you're driving.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right, when your attention is not on the road. How about you? Yeah. Distracted driving is driving when engaged in any activity that can divert a person's attention away from the primary task of driving. So it doesn't really matter if you're on a cell phone or texting or eating or putting on makeup, messing with the radio. Anything you do that takes your attention away from the road is very, very dangerous. What I think of when I do a lot of these cases is the average car, even like a little Tercel or a little Honda, is going to weigh around 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. If you think about the strongest, biggest people in the NFL, those guys weigh like 350. So you're at least 10 times as heavy as them and going maybe 4 or 5 times as fast, even at the slowest that you're driving around. When you get on the highway, that stuff just goes way up. So the potential for destruction is really great. So yeah, we looked at a bunch of the different ways. You can see shaving, eating. My favorite's in the middle there, making waffles in the car while you're driving. So there are really 3 main kinds of distraction you can have when you're driving. If you think about the task of driving, it really needs to involve your whole self. You got to look at the road, you got to put your hands on the wheel, you have to think about what's going on. So the types of distraction fall into 3 main categories. The first is manual. Anything that's going to take your hands away from the wheel or the stick shift, whatever's going on. The second is visual. If you're looking someplace in the car or away from the road, if it's not your mirrors, your dash, or the road, then you're really not paying attention to the primary task of driving. And the last is cognitive. Are you thinking about what's going on in the road and how you're operating this vehicle? The thing that's the most scary about texting and driving is that it affects all 3 of these categories. If you are on your phone and texting, your hands are off the wheel, at least one of them, your eyes are off the road, and you're thinking about something else when you should be thinking about the task of driving. So it's really, and we've done a bunch of studies that we'll get into, it's the most dangerous thing you can do while driving. It's more dangerous than drinking and driving. Texting and driving is